Welcome back to Dunkadelic TV. Derek, that was some scene out there, huh?
Ooh, just I'm telling you, they was excited. I mean, you could tell them they came dressed, they were ready. I think they knew that it was a big event. I mean, when you, as I said before, when you have a superstar like Jay-Z and another superstar like Mary J. Blige, I mean, you're going to have a scene there. And people were really amped up and pumped up for a big-time concert. I mean, Jay-Z in Baltimore, you can't get no bigger than that. I mean, when you're talking about the hip-hop culture, Jay-Z is the biggest draw in the culture. And
well, it really is amazing to see how he's affected this culture.
Ooh, I mean, the man with his everything. I mean, the Jigga Man. I mean, just like we're looking at artifacts around. I mean, Jay-Z posed here with Carmelo Anthony on the cover of ESPN, the magazine. This is beautiful. I mean, Carmelo's from Baltimore. Jay-Z's here in Baltimore. Carmelo today just signed an extension with Nike to be the face of the Air Jordan brand. I mean, hey, Jay-Z in the house, and I tell you, it's a big thing to have the man here in town.
Well, awesome, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go back to the specific eras of the Dunkadelic-Eras. Which year are we going to talk about tonight?
Well, we're going to talk about 1984. And 1984 was the birth year. And in the previous episode, we talked about that, but we're going to get a little more deep into it. And by being the birth year, there was one major event that happened that we didn't talk about. It was not so much pertaining to hip-hop, but it is pertaining to basketball history. And that is that on April 5th, 1984, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar became the all-time leading scorer in NBA history when he surpassed Wilt Chamberlain on a skyhook on a pass from Magic against the Utah Jazz. And we all know that still the NBA's all-time leading scorer is one Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes.
Also known as Lou Alcindor for those who remember back to his days at Powell Memorial High School. But, it was just a great thing. I mean, he won 3 NCAA championships at UCLA. 6 NBA championships, 1 with the Milwaukee Bucks and 5 with Magic Johnson, the Los Angeles Lakers. You think about LeBron, who in 2003 was so hyped. Can you imagine the magnitude that Kareem had? That he actually changed the rule in college basketball where the dunk was banned for 9 years, just from 1967 to 76. It was also called the Lou Alcindor rule because they just didn't want him just to dominate, which he would have. He did anyway. He still won 3 straight NCAA championships and helped started that legacy that the UCLA has, is winning 10 championships in 12 years, I think they did. So, he was a great contributor to basketball history. And, of course, we know playing with Magic and Showtime's impact on the hip-hop culture because, you had Boston in the East and the Lakers in the West. And, most of the young kids, urban kids like myself, we were big fans of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about 2 other pieces of memorabilia you have here. Derek, tell me about this one.
Oh, Jarvis, this was something special. This are the 9 participants in the first NBA Slam Dunk contest. Now, the one that we just had won by Dwight Howard, it was only 4 participants. Dwight Howard, Jamario Moon, Rudy Gay, and the 4th one, of course, is Gerald Green, who was defending Slam Dunk champion. But this one, it was the first. And, of course, when we go back to the first Slam Dunk contest, the winner of the contest was Larry Nance. Larry Nance, who went to University of Clemson, and just a great player, extraordinary leaper. Actually, just, the history that Dwight Howard made, he was actually the first player since Larry Nance, who was over 6'10", to actually win the slam dunk contest. But the other participants, Edgar Jones is a name to the blast of the past, who played with George Gervin and Artis Gilmore down in San Antonio. Of course, Julius the Dr. J. Irving, the high-flying superstar, the godfather of basketball. Because the whole godfather to the whole basketball hip-hop culture fusion, as far as the basketball part, is definitely Dr. J. Dominique Wilkins, the human highlight film. Clyde the Glide Drexler, who it was actually his rookie season back then, and he was being a member of Phi Slamma Jamma, University of Houston, with Akeem Olajuwon. And one of Olajuwon's later teammates, Ralph Sampson, and of course, Dr. Duncanstein, Darrell Griffith, Orlando Woolridge, who was the high flyer with the Chicago Bulls before Michael Jordan came along, and of course, Mr. Cooper Loop himself, Michael Cooper, who played with Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the Lakers. So these are the first 9 participants, and of course, it was won by Mr. Larry Nance, who they tried to give a nickname to, the Ayatollah Slamola, which didn't fly too well. But Larry Nance was a great player and later played with the Cleveland Cavaliers, who now the Cleveland Cavaliers are started by Mr. LeBron James.
Well, Derek, you amaze me with your knowledge of basketball.
Well, you know, I love it. You know, it's something I have a great passion for. And, of course, another artifact that we have is the NBA All-Star pennant from McNichols Arena. Matter of fact, just this is another, you know how all this history just ties together. The first professional slam dunk contest was held at McNichols Arena 8 years earlier, in 1976, when our good friend over here, Dr. Irving, Dr. J. Julius Irving, really took and put the slam dunk itself on the map when he flew from the free throw line all the way back in 1976.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's just amazing. And look at where we are now. I mean, now it's a spectacle. All-Star Weekend is an event. Back then it was like something, you know, just to entertain the fans, but now it's actually an event that a lot of the hip-hop culture artists and also followers and fans of the culture, they flock to whatever city it is that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's a big party. So, you know, it's something that has evolved into something really, really special.
Well, awesome, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
Derek, your knowledge of basketball just astounds me.
Oh, thank you, Jairus.
Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us tonight on Dunkadelic TV. And that's all for us tonight, folks. I'm Jairus Cates.
And I'm Derek Vaughn.
And thank you for watching Dunkadelic TV.
Where basketball and hip-hop come together as one. Good night.
Good night.